You know what's fucked up? I'm a better farmer being gone 5 days a week and home 2 days a week than my friend David Ray, or so called friend, is 7 days a week. I know I'm trying to be positive, trying not to be too critical, trying not to be too negative, but it just baffles me, you know. Last year, we had one broody hen last year, and I had this idea of getting her to hatch out her eggs. And David's job, a simple job at that, was to label and monitor the eggs. He goes down there every morning to let them out. He goes down there every evening to put them up. The least he can do is check the eggs and label them, right? How hard is that? Okay. He doesn't do that. The eggs rot, they explode, it attracts bugs, the chickens become egg eaters. It was a disaster. Alright, so I go to a friend's who had fertile eggs. You know, they had roosters and they had hens, so they had fertile eggs. So I got about 13 of them, took them over there, tried to get her to sit, but it was too late. Chickens already became egg eaters. They started cracking the eggs and eating them. So I was like, forget it. I'll wait till next year.
Hello. What can I do today? I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? Good.
Forgive me, I'm eating.
We have breakfast from 7 to 10:30. We're serving this all day.
So this year they start laying. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try maybe again this year, right? This time I monitor the eggs because I know he won't, right? So I'm home once a week. I label them when I get home. Whatever I find, I just label it for the day before and call it good. When I get home. And then if I find new ones that day, then I'll label those for that day. And so on and so forth. Because while I'm gone, I don't know, when they lay them. So I'm typically gone for about 5 days and then I'm home for 2. So we now have 4 broody hens. One's more serious than the other 3, but we have 4 broody hens. So I got 3 nest boxes with eggs. So far, we hatched out 2. David sent a text message this morning saying that 2 hatched out this morning. So it's odd to me. It's just very odd to me that I can successfully do what he claims he does, can do, or will do. I can successfully do it 2 days a week when he cannot successfully do it 7 days a week. It just baffles my mind. So I started doing this a couple days ago. Actually, I made the decision, I think, yesterday morning. I'm basically selling everything. Yeah, yesterday morning. I'm done. I'm literally done. I can't do it anymore. How hard is it to monitor chicken eggs and let the chickens do the work? All you have to do is label them. It's insane. There's a big gap there because I was trying to upload pictures, but they're not uploading. They're too big. I pretty much got all the chickens sold. Chickens are the highest maintenance animals we have. And they're not really that high maintenance. I got an automatic chicken feeder in the chicken coop. I fill it once a week when I come home because David won't. All David does is go down in the morning and open the doors, and go down in the evening and close the doors, and that's it. That's pretty much all he does. And he acts like he does all these things. I do more the 2 days that I'm home than he does the whole week that I'm gone. I do more in 2 days than he does the week that I'm gone, plus the time that I'm home combined. So I'm getting rid of him. But first I got to get rid of my dependence on him. So I'm selling pretty much all the animals. I'm selling everything that I can get, that I can liquidate. And then I'm selling the land. So this off-grid project has been a bust. Nobody wants to do anything. Everybody's lazy. My friend Cindy, she's not even my girlfriend, and she complains that I work too much, that I'm a workaholic. It's like I'm out here on the road. I'm a truck driver. I work 5 to 7 days a week. Then I go home and bust my butt working on the farm, trying to do this. For what? For people to just mooch off of me? Fuck that. I'm like, fuck that. So I'm just going to sell everything. Find me a nice little piece of property with a house. Because see, this land doesn't have a house on it. We were supposed to do an off-grid, sustainable community, totally off-grid. Build, off-grid type houses or cabins and stuff. But nobody does shit. I'm the only one. I mean, David does a little. Like I said, he goes down and opens the doors and closes the doors. But that's it. That's it. He never notices when we have a chicken missing. I come home, I count all the chickens. It seems like every time I come home, we're missing one chicken. Every week. Almost exactly every week. We lose a chicken a week. That's what it seems. I mean, it's not exactly like that, but it's pretty close, right? So, is that my shower? No, so I'm sitting here in the truck stop waiting for a shower, waiting for a load to go home. But yeah, it just baffles me. It just baffles me. So I'm done. I'm still gonna get some land. I'll probably still do some of this stuff in the future. But at least I know now that I have the capabilities and the wherewithal to pull this off on my own if I was home more. So at least I know now I can do this. So, but I'm just going to have to do it on my own because you can't rely on anybody anymore, it seems. So, anyways, I'm going to go check and see if my shower's ready. Their automated system's down, so I got to go check on it. Till next time. I was in the shower. I just thought of something too. What's even more fucked up? What's even more fucked up is I'm a city slicker slash truck driver. I don't know a whole lot about farming. David Ray grew up on a farm. Granted, he joined the military and worked for the post office for a little while. Then after he got divorced, he went back home to the farm. He knows maybe 100 times more than I do about farming. And I'm a better farmer than he is. And I don't hardly know shit. That's fucked up. Yeah. I was pretty much, he's probably freaking out because I'm not talking to him. So he's probably being extra attentive now because he's freaking out. He probably knows I'm done with him. I gave him an ultimatum the other day. And I gave him an ultimatum a month ago. So I don't know if he thinks I'm serious or not, but I'm mother freaking serious. I'm done with him. Told him yesterday, after he tried to turn, I chewed him out about a lie that he's been putting out. Because he's been talking shit on me and backstabbing me, backbiting since 2019. I finally had enough, and I'm just fed up with it. So that's why I've been really bitchy the last few months. I was just, trying to be patient with this dude, hoping he'd pull his head out of his ass, but I don't know. Nonetheless, I don't know that much about farming. I've been learning over the last 10 years. I'm a truck driver. I've been driving truck for 20 years, 20 plus years. Most of what I know was either what I learned from him or the internet or some friends that we met in our area who know about farming. So I just kind of been learning on the fly, if you will. So these chickens, I'm somewhat flying by the seat of my pants, if you will, because I never had chickens until 2 years ago. Yeah, 2020, I think, is when we got our chickens. And these Morans we got, like I was saying in the webpage, they're freaking tough. They survived. We had a really, really bad winter 2 winters ago. And these Morans survived the winter. And we had very little shelter. Like I said, we're off grid. It's taken me 3 years to build this chicken coop because nobody wants to help me with it. They did a little, but I pretty much got to do most everything all by myself. So it's taken me 3 years to build this chicken coop. So they really didn't have any solid structure to the chicken coop till this last year. And it's still really not finished. It's still not insulated. Because like I said, I'm all by myself. I have, shit. There's a hole in this thing and I put my arm through the wrong hole. Maybe it's time to throw this thing away. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it away. So anyway, it's one of those A shirts or what they call wife beaters. Probably need to wash this shirt too. I'll change it when I get back to the truck. But anyway, so I'm just kind of learning as I go, right? But yeah, last year these chickens started going broody. And so I tried to get them to go, I tried to help them out, One hen wanted to be a mother. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to get her to hatch out some eggs. I didn't know what I was doing. David knew what he was doing. But there's a difference between knowing what you're doing and doing it. What's his face? This is a perfect example, exactly. Okay. So, Tony Robbins says knowledge is not power, execution is power. He said you can have all the wisdom in the world, but if you don't do anything with it, it's basically worthless. Which I kind of already knew that a long time ago, right? But he says execution trumps knowledge any day. So you can have all the wisdom in the world, but if you don't use it, it's worthless. You take somebody like me who don't hardly know shit against somebody who knows what they're doing. The person who don't know nothing is going to be more successful than the person who knows if the person who knows doesn't apply themselves. And so this is a classic example. I didn't know anything about getting chickens to hatch out their own eggs. Most people don't do that because they want to incubate them. I guess it's more productive, more proactive to do it that way. But we're off grid, right? We're trying to do everything old school. So we don't have enough electricity to run an incubator yet. So we have incubators right there in the chicken coop. They're called chickens. So, anyways, I don't know. So yeah, I'm home 2 days a week and I'm able to get these chickens successfully to hatch out their own eggs. When he's there all week and he can't do it himself. Or won't. That's the key word. Refuses to do it himself. So, what I've learned is, intellectual people tend to be lazy people. And pretty much if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. You can't depend on other people to do it for you unless you pay them. And even then, probably not. I mean, I even offered to pay him to do a lot of stuff, and he still won't do it. I mean, a lot of the stuff he's supposed to be doing is supposed to be earning his keep. And originally we were supposed to be business partners. Our original agreement was I work, I pay all the bills, he applies his knowledge and wisdom. When I get home, I help out. Well, I had him on a salary. I was giving him 10% of my income on top of additional money for, other expenses, things that needed to be paid for, right? I eventually had to cut him off because he didn't do anything. Ten years later, actually 9 to be exact, I got to get rid of him. I just can't do it anymore. Should have got rid of him a long time ago, probably like 5 years ago. or even more than that. But I just couldn't see it, and it's like I trusted him. I had hope for him. He's capable of doing things. He's capable of greater things than even myself, but he just won't do it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm selling everything. I'm gonna regroup. My north neighbor wants to buy me out, so I'm gonna sell what I can, so I don't have to worry about relocating it. When I get home, I'm gonna be looking at another piece of property. It also has 15 acres. It's going to cost a little more because it's got a house and a whole bunch of other stuff on it. It won't be off grid. But I don't care about being off grid anymore. Fuck it. But now I know what to do. I've been doing this for 10 years. Now I know what I'm doing. So if the system does go down, if the system does crash, I've already had a crash course on how to be sustainable off grid. I know what to do. I can survive. And I apparently can do it better than someone who knows what the hell they're doing. All right. I guess that's it. I gotta go. I already got a dispatch, I'm sure. I heard my phone blowing up, my work phone. UPS. So I gotta go. Okay, bye.